Alright, so I think we're overdue to get back to base now. But we've done a lot of good exploring. Now, I'm a very long way away from where I want to be, which is there. Do I have any markers set up that would be handy to get me back there? There's the uranium. So if I look towards the uranium... So I want to go east. Now I'm going to try something that I've heard about but haven't experimented with previously, because it's very cheesy. But I think that might be handy right now. So if we place down, not so much a foundation per se, but that might also be handy if we go vertical up on that a little bit. And then let's get some ramp bits going. Let's go up like this. And we do something like that. Now, if we put down some hypertube supports, apparently if we do like this, we want to have a good angle like that, and then we need to put another one a couple down here perhaps on a similar angle like that. I think that will connect without me just bashing into the side of it. How many do we actually want? I don't actually know how many you need, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we go entrance there, 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 there. So we've got lots of rotors and stuff. All of these are materials that I have tons of now. So we have 7 of them. So now we go from here across to here. And then we go 1, 2, 3. And then we go... not the third one. Not quite. And we go... here and here. Because then we go 1, 2... and then 1, 2, 3. This could have been more elegant, but this is a test. So, here... we now want to swap to our parachute. Because I don't know where I'm going to end up. Will this work? No, they're not working because I actually need... no, I need to have actual Hypertube bits in between them, I think. That's what I'm missing. Okay. So, we need to have this stretching... oh, is this the wrong way around? Okay, let's deconstruct this and then have this go to here. And now this becomes an entrance. Like that. And then do the same here. Okay, so this bit here we will actually just string between there and there instead, I think. So we'll go like this to... right, so we need to deconstruct this, and we need to go from here to here. And that's quite good actually anyway. So I guess we don't need that being an entrance. So I don't think it propels us out faster when it's an entrance. We just need that, like so. And then we have you hooked up to here now. Yeah, so now I can see the puffs of smoke going in. That's the important bit, I think. So that isn't an entrance. But this is. So we can probably have smaller segments closer together as well. Maybe that's the other idea. And then hook you up to... okay, well, we no longer need the one at the end. And we just hook you up to there. And then you are no longer an entrance. And we actually have an entrance down the bottom, perhaps. So that's not a hypertube. This bit is the hypertube. To be able to have that entrance there. In order to have another segment here. So here we have another foundation bit. We want vertical. And just take that down to the ground. Stops any creatures getting in the way. Alright. So let's just go there and like here and up. Power line going underneath it is kind of funny. And then that's the entrance. That's already an entrance there. So we go there to there and then there to there. Okay. So that should fire us into that, into that, into that, and off. I don't know how fast we're actually going to go. I feel I've seen things where it is just entrances, but maybe I'm wrong. They could probably also be closer together. So this is experimental. And jump. I just went straight up. That's not what I wanted at all. Because now it's going to take me forever. Maybe the angle at the end is wrong. Maybe the idea is that this should just be the same angle instead. Not sure. I can swap it back to my parachute in the air anyway. Okay, that's a bit better. And we do end up where our power lines are. Okay, I think that can be done better, but it got us a little way. The amount of time that it took us to set that up, you know, we could have just been flying anyway. I've heard that that's a fun little thing that is now pretty much accepted by the devs as a thing that you can do. I'm not sure it's that useful. Let's get this exploded. I think this is probably just a power slug. Maybe a Mercersphere. Mercersphere. Oh, that's alright. I think it's the sort of thing that you have to actually see the model of how it's put together before I try and replicate it. But I also don't know if I care that much. Oh, it's just long enough to go to the end there. Nice. So there's quite a few other little bits in here that I haven't fully explored yet. But we're just heading back towards our radar tower at the moment. Oh, there's a wreck up here. Did I know about this? Probably not. No, well I haven't been there anyway. Where's our radar tower anyway? It's over... There's one over there. Oh, we're ages south from where we were. Oh, I see stuff over there. It's our geothermal area over there. Okay, well, let's just pass this across and we'll see if we need it. And maybe put you up there just for visibility's sake. And then, of course, there's radiation. So it's poison and radiation. Well, two reasons I wouldn't have explored this area. Okay, but there's more turbo motors. Nice. Crystal oscillators. Excellent. Quick wire. Meh. There's no point giving me quick wire. Or silica, for that matter. Fused frames are good. Oh, and you just need one electromagnetic control rod. Alright. That's cheap. What a cheap wreck. I think that's everything. Certainly the big stuff is the most obvious things anyway, so... Cool. Then let's bring you across here as well, may as well. Our wire's too long. Well, you guys can meet up at this point instead. In fact, you're probably able to stretch from there all the way. Yeah, you can. If I just do like foundation here somehow. It doesn't need to be snapping to any sort of grid. Let's just do like that. Okay, I didn't mean to go up to, but sure. Then we just do Hypertube. Like, which way do we want to go? Over there? Alright. Okay, well in which case we want this to not be along this orientation then, do we? We want it to be more like this. And then we put Hypertube like this. Go like... there, through to here. And go like that. And then just go entrance. We don't need the other one to be an entrance, I don't think. Maybe that is a crucial element, but maybe we need the other one to be an entrance as well. But if we just do the power pole's right in front, maybe we move that power pole slightly. Maybe we put the power pole on the corner instead, perhaps. And then connect up through the tree. Sure, why not? And now jump. Yeah, we don't get much speed. And we're nowhere near power, so yeah, now we are. So we definitely want to have a couple instead, because, yeah, and maybe not have the lift up at the end, because it does seem to just not work. It just fires us more up than across. Okay, you've now stopped, which means we should have everything that we need from there. Good. We have quite a few now because we picked up extra from Rex, so that's nice. And a couple of Somas loops. That means we can take these out of there. We could also go collect some heat sinks and put more in just to keep making cooling units, because I'm going to need lots of them. And with that being the case, maybe we do put these back. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave those there. And you know what? The rubber that I picked up? Yeah, any rubber can go in there as well. That's also fine. Yeah. And also you've finished doing everything that you need to do. And now we want to go back to our main base, I think, because I think our turbo motors are probably finished too. And also, we've picked up 49 of them anyway, so that's almost enough for our particle enrichment goal, just from picking up from Rex. So, you know, exploration really does pay off, especially if you're exploring in areas that are high-tech zones. Which that whole top plateau seems to be, because it's in between any of the starting areas. Ooh. See, now that is a good fling. Now we're ages away from our base. Now we actually want to zipline back, I think. Because it will otherwise take us too long. Okay. Well, we know how to get a good amount of distance, but it does take a lot more of a run-up. I believe there is a trick to being able to have it go just a series of... let's just do that. You have a series of entrances in the right coordination, I think. There is a trick to it. And then you can, like, make a blueprint out of them as well. We don't really need this extra couple off to the side here, do we? Oh, here we go. How are you going? Actually, you're full. I hope I didn't waste any by doing that, actually, because I do wonder whether or not it was going to make more, but I don't have a container. Maybe that's what that should have been for, is having a container. So let's put those side foundations back. Just put 2 there to have a container here. And then be able to have this just go around like that. Because we're going to want to put more in here. We can only make a few because of the control units. But we can stick another... Oh yeah, because we've got 200 that we need for that, and we can put 100 in there to make more of those. Perfect. Okay, you're finished with your radio control units. Excellent. So what was the next thing I was doing? Yeah, okay, let's not waste so much time. For one, you're now finished. Let's hack you up. So that's freed up some capacity. Nice. Good. Next step, let's get this particle enrichment research so we can see what we actually need to do with that, because that is going to be the next important thing. So, motors, cooling units. Perfect. And boom.
Milestone reached. Project part number 9, nuclear pasta, can be created in the particle accelerator. The accelerator has vast and fluctuating power demands, depending on the recipe, so will need careful integration with your factory.
Interesting.
Fix-It does not waste, so nuclear waste can be refined by the particle accelerator into plutonium for reuse in the nuclear power plant. Fun fact. Fix-It psychologists suggest factory designs reflect the minds of their creators in unexpected ways. On an unrelated note, your infrastructural choices have been interesting.
Yep, it reflects my mind. Messy and disorganized. Chaos, generally. Chaos with brief moments of coordination. Alright, and then it'll take 20 minutes to return. So we're not in a hurry to choose anything else, but also we've cleared off that tier. We're now just kind of picking up the pieces on previous tiers, right? So, I mean, Mark V conveyors we don't really have a use for at the moment. Pump Mark II is kind of nice, but not necessary. And Blueprint Designers, like, I've not really done much with that. We'll just select that for the time being. Probably not going to use it, but at least it's there. Right, next thing is MAM. I should have picked this up because I was researching a hard drive at the start anyway. And now I've got 6 more that we can get through. Tempered copper ingot. Meh. Coke steel ingot. Meh. None of these useful. Insulated crystal oscillator. So instead of using cable, which we actually want to have uses for, we can use rubber instead. Alright. I think I prefer the original. Iron wire. It's a use for iron. Sometimes you don't have copper available. I feel I should probably take some of these advanced recipes, even though I'm not going to use them. So before we get started on another hard drive, maybe we try and clear off some of these research things, because I now have them. So programmable splitter sounds like it could be useful. Then there's also power switch. Could be nice. I mean, I just have enough power to do everything anyway, but... So 150 AI limiters is what I would need for that. And then I need 35 high-speed connectors. Oh, and whatever else that uses. What's that? Rifle. Okay, well, I'd have to make rifle ammo first. 75 high-speed connectors. And 150 AI limiters. I can fetch that, I'm fairly sure. So, AI limiters are over here. Yeah, so we needed 150 of those. High-speed connectors are here. We needed, what, 75 of these? So let's put that over there. And then just grab those. Cool. And then I need some more steel pipes, look like. Just because I don't have any on, or enough on my person. I have plenty in the dimensional depot. Okay. So, deuterium. Let's start off with Power Pole Mark III, first of all. I wonder what you used to make. One way to find out. What does Ada have to say? Anything fun or just
Power Pole
bland?
Mark III unlocked. It has significantly more power connections compared to the previous models.
Okay, that's all she says. Never mind, power switch.
Power switch unlocked. Fix-It is proud to announce that the power switch facilitates power grid management through the application of the very latest advances in on-off switch technology. Fix-It. It's fun to have power.
Right. Well, you know, that could be useful, I guess. I just let things just run idle when I don't need them instead of actually turning them off. I don't think it matters too much. Priority power switch. Interesting. And why isn't that a prerequisite? Weird that I could get this without the normal power switch.
Priority power switch unlocked. This assists with power grid management by automatically powering down specified connections when a grid failure is imminent. Use it to prioritize power for the most important infrastructure.
Okay, that's interesting. So it allows you to, yeah, nominate things that, okay, these are expendable, power them down if we're at risk. Handy, I guess. This is the big one though, I think. Programmable splitter. Does this allow me to do like the fallback thing?
Programmable splitter unlocked. This upgrade to the smart splitter provides additional options to improve conveyor belt logistics.
Okay, doesn't give me any other explanation. I'll have to find out for myself. Rifle ammo. Do I actually know how to make that? That would have been under Megafauna, probably. Would it have been? For hostile things? No, that just gave me the rebar gun. What gives me the rifle? Do I have that? Oh, it's probably sulfur, eh? There we go, rifle. Right, that does rifle and rifle ammo. That would be black powder, motors, and rubber. I mean, that's easy. Okay, so let's just make some black powder. I mean, I need to get... Oh, it's not even black powder, it's the other one, isn't it? Smokeless powder. Ah, yeah, so I need to refine that. Huh, okay, that's interesting. So we'll wait on that. I have not made this a priority because I don't care about, like, conflict in general. It generally just doesn't matter for me. I have things set to passive anyway. Rocket fuel. Empty fluid tank, which I can just make myself, it looks like. And turbo fuel, packaged turbo fuel, which I need to first make that. Okay, and then ionized fuel. Okay. We'll worry about that another time, but Conterium is almost... It's weird that this is here, but I guess it's because it uses the advanced connector. But I still think that it should have been under the sulfur one instead, right? Because, you know, why cross paths this way? This unlocks the rifle ammo, and I need the rifle ammo for this. But this is specifically a weapon. Or like for a weapon. So I feel that this should have actually been on the sulfur tree underneath this. So you got turbo rifle ammo. There should have also been homing rifle ammo at this point. Maybe here, even. Or that should be here. And then homing rifle there that uses high-speed connectors from the other thing. I mean, we're already using AI limiters on this one, which I think was unlocked from Conterium. It's strange. Like, I just want to be able to clear a tree, damn it. These, I just need to make a bunch more rebar, which just uses iron, I think, doesn't it? Or rods? Yeah, it just uses rods in a constructor. I mean, let's maybe just... I've got a pet constructor. Maybe I'll just do that. Now I can clear that. And then Pulse Nobelisk would use a bunch of actual Nobelisks. Which, yeah, I need to make more of anyway. Oh, that I can just make the Explorer. Because we've got modular frames in here. So if I just pull 100 of those out. And then go down here. Let's just clear this. And I can have a buggy.
Explorer unlocked. This personnel transport vehicle facilitates rapid traversal of difficult terrain and climbs like a mountain goat that has returned from extinction.
Okay. Yeah, but I can fly, so... You know, I could have researched that a long time ago. That's on me, but it never felt that useful. Vehicles always feel too restrictive, if that makes sense. Right, so the next thing to do is to investigate what exactly... Okay, well, the programmable splitter I do want to play with, but that can wait. I should put some AI limiters into Dimensional Depot, actually. First, production, particle accelerator. Here we go. So that uses cooling systems and supercomputers and turbo things. 250 to 1500 megawatts. Varies per recipe. Right. Okay, well, let's collect some more cooling systems. I didn't leave any of those actually making, did I? I don't think. Maybe I did. So only cooling systems and supercomputers. And then some of my turbo motors. Before I head off, though, I need to double check what else was I doing. Because I need these. So I've got turbo motors and cooling systems. They're fine. We're working on that. Modular engines, though. Right, that's where we needed the smart plating, which we have already started making. And then motors. Okay, so motors can be the things that we put in to tune it. If we're doubling everything, so it becomes a 2-to-2, how many did we need? It's 5-to-2. That would also be doubled. So we need 250. We need enough for 125.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Let's just grab 350 motors and be done with it. If we get excess, whatever. We've already got 6 extra anyway, but... So... There we go. 320. So does it have to be so annoying with how it splits up? Can I not just go shift right click? Apparently not. Right, so back here, let's get this going. So you're still saying that you're doubled, good. Modular engine. And put the motors in. Then we need some rubber and some smart plating. Smart plating we have currently here. We can actually just feed that directly in again. And then rubber can go in here. So put the motors in here. We have some other computers on us, which we can actually take off, but then we have to strip the line as well. And then we can put rubber into any one of these. One of these goes faster than the others, doesn't it? Yeah, this third one I think is faster. Let's grab some rubber. Because we're starting to get to the point that we can't accept more, I think. Okay, not quite, but... I don't know how much we need, so let's just grab a bunch. I'm not working out what I need for that one. I can't be bothered. So that's that underway. And we already have... bottom one. We already have 6 of those. So let's just chuck those in there. And, you know, let's take those out and put them in the bottom one here instead. Cool. Right, with our freighters back, that's actually handy because we can now go 200 of those. We have 100 computers on us. We need some more heavy modular frames and some concrete. So concrete is full. 1,500 of those is not a problem. And then heavy modular frame, 100 of those also won't really be a problem, I don't think. Oh, that's rubber for there. Okay. Cool, 100 of those. And let's just go bang, 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 bang. Off you go. Blueprints, Mark II, something I'll probably never use.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones. This improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently. We listen to pioneers, always.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people who might come across my videos will go, oh, why isn't he using blueprints? It's like, because I don't care. Keep you going for a bit longer. I have so much silica. I don't think I need it. I'm actually going to sink it. Because I just want it out of my inventory. You're powered, aren't you? Yeah, 49 coupons, in fact. So the next thing to do is to check our cooling systems. And if I didn't put more heat sinks in, then I need to do that. I'm racing my drone. I think I'm going to overtake it pretty quickly, to be honest. Yep, I've overtaken my drone. Interesting that it takes a path around the mountain instead of just going over it.